Hey everybody, welcome to Big Valley Living. I'm Michelle and this is JJ. Say hi JJ.
Hi JJ.
So we just got back from vacation, all refreshed and happy, but it's our first day back to work tonight and we wanted a very simple dinner to make. We love Schnitzel, but we wanted to do a twist. We're doing keto Schnitzel and it's so good. So what I'm hoping is that after we have dinner tonight, there might be 1 or 2 little slices left so that I can take some for lunch tomorrow. Thanks, Carrie. Okay, so stay tuned.
Lord.
It's super simple, super fast, and we're going to show you how to do this in a second. What we're going to do is use 6 ounces of pork rinds. So I'm going to measure those out. And if you have never zeroed out a scale, you can put your bowl on there and then you press on that button and it zeroes it out, okay? Now, I'm going to go ahead and dump in this 4-ounce bag of pork rinds. So you see that it's a little bit over 4. And then I'm going to take another half a bag. So if you don't have a scale, don't worry, just take 1.5 bags or 4-ounce pork rinds.
Hey, we got our money's worth on.
Bam! In a food processor, you're going to grind the pork rinds in batches until they're ground into what looks like sand. That's the perfect coating. If you happen to have a few bigger pieces when you're done, that's okay. It just gives you extra crunch. In a flat dish, or an 8x8 baking dish is what we like to use, go ahead, you're going to put all of your crushed pork rinds in there. If you don't have a food processor, don't worry about it. You can always put them into a big baggie and take a rolling pin and roll them out until they're to the desired consistency. So now we're going to add garlic powder and fresh pepper to taste, because the pork rinds already have a salty flavor. There's probably about a half a teaspoon of each in there. And now we're going to move on to the wet ingredients. We're going to take 2 eggs that we crack into individual bowls to make sure that we don't have any eggshell, a half a cup of heavy whipping cream, and a half a cup of some nice filtered water. And now we're going to whisk it all together. Now what I like to do is take a Ziploc bag, a freezer bag actually, because it's nice and thick. We're going to place our little cutlet in there. Now you want these cutlets to be pretty thin when you buy them. We actually got this at the Costco Business Center. And what we're going to do is we're going to pound this meat into submission. I kid you not. Watch this, kiddos. You don't want it to be see-through, and I'm getting close.
The beatings will continue until morale improves.
So we've pounded out 7 cutlets, and I want you to see what they look like right here. They're thin. They're not paper thin, but they're pretty darn thin. I wouldn't take a thing and measure it, but maybe a 1/16 of an inch, okay? Now what we're going to do is preheat our olive oil. If you can go local, please do. Fill your pan about a 1/4 inch deep. Remember, these are not really thick. And because this is keto, I'm using olive oil, not Crisco. If you're not doing keto and you're not worried, go ahead and use some Crisco. But you do want it to be about a 1/4 of an inch thick. And I have an electric stove, and I know that putting it on 6 is the right temperature. So now I'm going to let that go ahead and sit for a minute. I'm going to assemble my egg mixture and my pork rinds, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to show you how to dredge and put them into the oil. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so good. I'm using a nonstick pan from Pampered Chef, and you're able to use either nonstick plastic utensils, or You can also use metal. It doesn't matter because it won't scratch it. I'll put a link in the description below if you'd like to order one for yourself. It also comes with a lid, and I am finding this to be one of my favorite pans ever. All right, it's been a few minutes, and you can see that the oil is shimmering. I'm gonna go ahead. You can soak this, as I did in my Oma's initial schnitzel. It was like totally authentic. But with keto and cream, I'm just not finding that I need to do that. So I used my tongs to kind of start it off, because I want to keep my dry hand as dry as I can. Go ahead and just push it in there a little bit. The crumbs on top, it's not really too big of a deal. Shake off the excess and gently lay it in there. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my goodness. I do that again. And this pan perfectly fits 2 at a time. So here we are. Okay. You can always mix up more of the chicharrones or the pork rinds later if you need to, but I'm finding that this is just the right amount for what we're doing. Okay. Oh my goodness. Nothing but wonderful, wonderful food. So while the first couple of cutlets are cooking, I want to show you that I just take a cookie sheet and I put some paper towels down below, and I take this cookie drying rack or cooling rack that I have from Pampered Chef, and I like to keep my schnitzel elevated so that it doesn't get soggy on one side. It keeps it nice and crispy. So I wanted to show you that this is my method. You can also just take it and put it onto a lined plate with paper towels. Okay, time to turn. I'm seeing that the edges are brown. We like ours on the crispy side, so you can turn yours when it's to your crispy, ooh boy, crispiness. Okay. All right. It's smelling good. Okay, with a clean set of tongs, because we're handling raw meat with one, go ahead and remove these cutlets. See how that's draining nicely? Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and get my wet tongs again. And we're going to go ahead and place the second set in. Oh my gosh, you guys, I really wish you could smell this because it really smells good. And it's quite a big treat in our house. Okay, what we want to have is a nice fresh lemon to squeeze over the top when we pull the meat out of the pan. So I take the ends off, cut it in half lengthwise, and then usually each half, don't worry about that discoloration. The lemon's still going to be good. Don't be too picky because all you really want is the flavor and the juice. Ooh, juicy. Cool. So now watch this. Oh yeah, that's where the flavor goes, right there. Oh yeah. Keep a couple extra slices for when you're eating it because it just adds that little bit of something that you just can't put your finger on, but you love it.
No, I don't know if that's going to be part of the
Probably
thumbnail.
will be. Well, that won't be. Okay, we hope that you're going to try this recipe, and I know you're going to love it if you do. So thank you very much for stopping by Big Valley Living, and let's go ahead and give this a shot. We're going to put a little bit of fresh lemon juice on it. We added some canned green beans to make it easy with some a little bit of bacon grease. That'll be really good. And let's do the taste test.
I will tell you.
We had friends over last night, and they loved it this way.
Knife is not necessary. Look at that. Cuts
Whoa! Like butter.
And
Ready? Mmm. Hear the crunch? That's pretty good.
that tastes like more.
All right. Thank you for stopping by Big Valley Living. If you like this video, please hit the like button, share it with your friends and family. And again, if you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. We're going to have a lot more fun things like this, and we really appreciate you coming by. We are having a great time doing this. And JJ?
This has a really good crunch. It's really good. See you later, everybody.
Be kind. Bye.
Wait now. Should I go now? Maybe later.
If you have leftovers, Holly Hobby says, take me to work.
Dear Lord.
Thanks.